Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Tonight we're back here with Death Battle, and things are about to get really magical. Because tonight we got the Witch of Chaos, the Scarlet Witch, taking on the Stage Magician with some hidden powers, Zatanna. This is gonna be interesting. Expect a lot of chaos. Just what I'm gonna say, especially with Scarlet Witch around. So, who wins? Who loses? We're about to find out. Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's go.
This episode is sponsored by The Northmen and BetterHelp.
Let's go.
The
Scarlet Witch.
Marvel's Crimson Queen of Chaos.
And Zatanna.
DC's magnificent mistress of magic.
There are those who wield the mystic arts like gods to reshape creation to their whims.
And there are those who just like to put on a hell of a show. Either way, don't mess with them if you know what's good for you. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Death battle. First up, Wanda
Though
Maximoff.
we may drift day by day in a world seemingly concrete and eternal, the fabric of reality is in fact more delicate than we might dare to wonder. Imagine every single iota of it, every star, galaxy, universe, all within the grasp of a single mortal woman. To control
Wanda.
at her whim. Imagine the danger we're all in if you piss her off.
We don't have to, because her name is Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. As a kid, she and her brother Pietro were poor Romani, who were lucky enough to be turned into super-powered freaks by the High Evolutionary.
Unable to control her
Long
apparently
story.
new magical abilities, it wasn't long before Wanda lost control and was branded a witch.
Until who would show up but the mutant master of magnetism himself, Magneto. Definitely giving off some big dad energy there.
So, to return Magneto's kindness, she and Pietro joined his Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Great
Really, dude?
name there, Magneto. Solid branding.
And it wasn't long before she traded her supervillain creds for a membership with the Avengers, which might have been a bit too much for poor Wanda because she definitely drew the superpower short stick.
By waving her hands, Wanda could create small random events known as hexes, subtly altering the probability of any event happening.
That's a cool way of saying she could do like one magic-y thing per fight and then be totally useless. An energy blast
Harsh.
here, some telekinesis there, a force field if she's feeling frisky. Not exactly the same oomph as, say, the God of Thunder or the Jolly Green Worldbreaker.
But something strange was
Yeah,
happening.
not so
Over
much.
time, her hexes increased in breadth and power, as if there was more to Wanda's powers than met the eye. She learned to slow and stop time, drain and absorb energy, duplicate herself and others, teleport to different dimensions, and even strip others of their powers
mutants.
entirely.
It was almost as if there was more to Wanda than just being some random science experiment. Let's ask our resident expert on the deepest trenches of character history. Jocelyn, if
Jocelyn
you
the
will.
intern. Hey,
In
what's up?
reality, Wanda's powers weren't entirely the result of the High Evolutionary, nor was she the mutant daughter of Magneto, as he's claimed. Her powers weren't just some simple hexes. She might as well have been a god. Until now, she had merely been dipping her toes into the vast ocean known as chaos magic. Though her powers may have seemed to be the byproduct of science, they were in reality the gift of the Lovecraftian elder god Cthon, who attempted to turn Wanda into his future vessel.
Reminds me of my summers by the sea with old Uncle Yogg-Sothoth.
In time, Wanda
I can't tell if it's token or not, but yeah, basically given magic powers from a primordial evil. Oh boy. Man, talk about a crafty light from the start, huh? Oh boy. Poor Wanda. You know, you gotta just feel bad for the poor girl, you know? Didn't ask for it, but Cthon just basically said, nope, you're gonna be my future vessel. Deal with it. Anyway.
discovered she could alter the probability of anything she could think of, turning a mathematical impossibility into an absolute certainty, and vice versa. Wanda's powers kept growing and growing, turning her into a being strong enough to rival even the mightiest of gods. Like, literally, Wanda's chaos magic is counterpart to the Phoenix Force, the embodiment of cosmic order. You know, that fiery space chicken that can destroy the universe? Wanda fought it, and even briefly erased it from existence.
At her height, the Scarlet Witch achieved total control over energy, the weather, the elements, your mind, your body, your soul, all of time, all of matter, and all of reality. She can wipe you from existence with a thought and rend the very fabric of the universe as though it were tissue paper.
She isn't
Pretty
even
much.
limited to chaos magic either. They might not have been what made her a god, but the High Evolutionary's experiments did make her more receptive to channeling magical energy. Oh, maybe that's why Mama Boomstick always warned me about redheads.
She's so receptive, in fact, that Wanda is the lone Nexus being of the 616 reality. A
Wait,
focal
the Nexus
point for the
being?
universe's magical energies, and one that belongs
Huh.
equally to all other timelines.
It's no wonder
Jesus.
she was considered a candidate for Sorcerer Supreme. I mean, shit, why wasn't she? She might as well be a walking, talking Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, she may have the power of a god, but
But
she's
not
still stuck with
the
a human
control.
body that can be overpowered by physically stronger foes. Though, she also survived being shot with a black matter bullet capable of, and I quote, world-shattering energy. So there's that.
She does technically need to be able to think of a spell in order to get it to happen, so she could theoretically be blitzed. But she's also blocked Thor's galaxy-crossing hammer, kept up with dudes like X-Man who can fight within plank time, and even amp her
Plank
own
time?
speed beyond the concept of speed herself.
Despite being far and away the mightiest among Earth's mightiest heroes, Wanda resented the pressure of her incredible power. She actually wanted a quiet life as a wife and a mother.
But because no one in comics is allowed to have a happily ever after, that life was taken from her by literal Satan. Not
Yep.
the last time he
That's
do
it.
this too. Wanda snapped and she took the multiverse with her.
By tapping into an inconceivable and unknowable pool of energy known as the Life,
Life Force.
Wanda rewrote all of reality, creating a new universe where life was just how she wanted it.
No matter whose lives she had to change. In this House of M, she had her family back, but at the cost of her sanity.
And it wasn't long before it all came crashing down around her. Once her family and friends discovered the lie of their new lives and turned against her, she uttered 3 fateful words
Yep,
and erased
and
nearly
here it
all
goes.
of mutant kind.
No
more
mutants.
mutants.
Wanda weaved her magic throughout all of existence, created cracks across reality which spread throughout the Omniverse, and threatened
Yeah,
to annihilate
Omniverse.
all of creation, the entirety of Marvel's infinite cosmology, everything that ever was.
Shit
Yeah.
got dark, and while Wanda has worked to keep her powers in check since then, that threat is always there. But honestly, that sounds more like a problem for anyone who's stupid enough to get
Yeah,
their way.
basically,
Both
don't
a
piss her
blessing
off.
and a curse, a help and a hex. Such is the true power
Oh.
of the Scarlet Witch.
I was getting such is the fate of the Scarlet Witch.
This episode of Death Battle is
Might as well
sponsored
play
by
this
the
out.
Northmen.
Remind me why you need to be holding a god-slaying axe to watch a movie trailer.
Weapons of cosmic destruction center me, Wiz. And this movie's gonna be so friggin' awesome, I needed something to match the occasion.
From visionary director Robert Eggers comes The Northman, an action-packed epic with a legendary cast of stars at the peak of their craft, including Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Anya Taylor-Joy, Willem Dafoe, Ethan Hawke, and Bjork.
Willem Dafoe and
Really?
Bjork
Bjork?
speaking threatening prophecies in my dreams happens like every Tuesday night for me, so this is definitely my kind of flick.
It's an action-packed epic that follows a young Viking prince on a quest to avenge his father.
Like a Viking version.
That's a lot of
Hamlet,
things for
but
Vikings,
this
huh?
prince is very much in the not-to-be camp when it comes to the poor souls that decide to cross him. See, Wiz, it really is Shakespearean. Man, that was so cool.
You can see the care and research in every frame. It might be the most authentic Viking film of all time.
The action, the adventure, that slick
watch the act.
cinematography. I gotta see this on
Skarsgård.
the big
Okay,
screen
watching
right now.
Kidman. Oh, yeah.
Go see The Northman exclusively in theaters April 22nd. That'll grow back, right?
Not sure how that actually did. I'm just gonna look this up real fast. I'm kind of curious about the rating and all, you know? Hold on. Huh? Mm-hmm. Huh. 90%. Look at that. So it actually did pretty well. So you gotta give it some. They made it work. I'll have to check it out then. So, we got the Master. Well, I guess we got the Witch of Chaos. Now, time to take on Zatanna. Let's see what she's packing to this fight.
Come on, come
Come on!
on! See the magnificent Zatanna
Zatanna.
Zatara. For never was there a greater professor of prestidigital performance.
AKA
That ain't a word.
Magic! Except Zatanna's spells aren't just smoke and mirrors,
the
they're the
Mistress
real
magic.
deal, so you're really getting your money's worth.
She learned everything she knew from her
Oh,
father,
Leonardo da Vinci,
Giovanni
Cagliostro,
who put his
Flamel,
powers
and
to good use
Nostradamus.
as one of DC's very first superheroes.
No joke, he's the guy who taught Batman everything he knows about escape artistry. He debuted the same issue as Superman, and the young Zatanna was more than happy to serve as his assistant, learning everything he knew about the cutthroat world of entertainment. Oh, and Cape shit too, but the former is way worse.
She inherited her father's incredible mystical abilities as well. Essentially, anything Zatanna thinks of, she can make real. And she focuses this absurdly powerful ability by speaking her desired effect backwards. Her father based this technique on the diaries of Leonardo da Vinci, who some theorize wrote backwards in order to hide his ideas from the repressive medieval Catholic Church.
Or
Makes
because
sense.
he was left-handed.
Could be the orb.
That's another theory, if you hate fun.
And Zatanna's a
I mean, I kind of would buy the idea of, like, reading it backwards, because I'm kind of curious. Though, then again, I haven't read those diaries myself, so I'm not too sure if it actually would have some merit. Because, can you imagine having to write backwards just to make sure, you know, they don't expect it or something? And you have to, like, write it, then transcribe it backwards, because, yeesh, good luck. You're gonna need it. Anyway.
apparently big-brained enough that she has no problem speaking backwards at the drop of a hat. Like when this one dude kept reversing time in the middle of her sentences. She started speaking in palindromes so that she'd still be speaking backwards no matter what.
Damn.
I mean, you know what they say, Wiz? Go hang a salami. I'm a lasagna hug.
With her magic,
that a
Zatanna
thing?
has bent the laws of reality to her whims. She's transmuted matter on an atomic level, teleported across dimensions, commanded the elements, turned invisible, removed powers, cast illusions, read and controlled minds, traveled through and stopped time, and can even wipe people from existence
Vanish.
with a single word.
It
Back
might
to
not
Hana.
seem obvious from that hokey magic castle getup, but Zatanna is one of the most powerful sorcerers in DC. Like the time she battled the Time Tailor Zor, an old enemy of the Spectre.
Oh,
You know, the angel of God's divine wrath.
In order to
Yeah,
defeat an
but
opponent
what-
of such unimaginable power, Zatanna focused her magical might into shattering the boundaries of reality. She reached out
Holy-
beyond the very comic panels themselves and
Wait.
pulled Zor's entire magical universe down around him. She literally
Jesus.
handled all of reality like it was a sheet of paper and crumpled it in her hands.
That might seem completely incomprehensibly impossible to us, but it's all a matter of belief. Literally, as long as Zatanna
Yeah,
believes she can do
believe in
something
another
with
reality,
magic,
despite
she'll
what they
do
know
it.
is
As she
true.
puts it, her magic is essentially asserting one reality, then replacing it with another. This is similar
reject
to
the
other
reality
magical
and substitute my
characters
own.
like Dr. Fate and Green Lantern, whose powers have been stated to work the exact same way.
But it's not like any rando can do magic by wishing on a star. Zatanna is genetically predisposed to this kind of magical
magus and
reality
sapiens.
warping. Her mom was in actuality a Homo Magi, a subrace of humans that are naturally adept at magic.
So it's no wonder that Zatanna became an invaluable member of both the Justice League of America and Justice League Dark. The Shadow the Hedgehog version, basically.
Zatanna harnessed
Basically,
an
magic
entire
event.
year's worth
Magic
of sunlight
Justice
into a
League,
single energy blast, created ruptures across all of space and time throughout the DC multiverse, and has even claimed she's as powerful as
So as
Superman,
Superman.
himself.
And again-
Superman, in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
Her only
And again,
limit is her
Superman has a
imagination
weakness to
and
magic,
will.
so
fact,
in battle,
backwards
she
speaking,
wins.
It's mostly a stagecraft tradition meant to boost her concentration.
In a pinch, she can cast a spell with a single thought, and I doubt anyone's winning a quick draw with her. She's matched superheroes like Martian Manhunter, who
see ya.
scanned every mind on Earth in a blank instant. Or how
Blank
about
again.
Dr. Fate, whose magic traveled across the universe at the completely immeasurable velocity of God?
Zatanna has fended off
Jesus.
countless reality-shattering threats like the
Personification of
Eldritch
the void?
Upside-Down Man,
Moon in an
Primordial
ocean.
Darkness, that is evil incarnate, and the void beyond creation, Pralaya.
This shadow goop lady ate all of DC Comics, all of creation, everything. Gods, demons, rabbits, and spandex, everything. And
In
Zatanna's
the House of
magic
Hope.
was strong enough to hold her back.
And then, After secretly implanting Swamp Thing inside Prolaya, she weaved a spell within him to literally regrow all of reality back in seconds.
Zatanna tricked a being older than God and then blew her ass up from the inside with a whole new omniverse. Abracadabra.
Yeah, damn.
Such is the almighty power of Zatanna's will. Should it falter though, or should her focus be disrupted, it could all come crashing down like a house of cards. Belief is a fragile thing after all, and her powers were weakened for a time after she lost belief in herself.
And she's definitely got one big weak point. She's a huge daddy's girl.
Despite her amazing career, she has struggled within herself to live up to her father's legacy, especially after his heroic death.
And this MFer has died a lot of times, so Z's therapy can't be cheap, especially after dating John Constantine. Oh, I can just smell the lager and self-loathing from here. No, wait, that's me.
That's just you.
Questionable romance aside, Zatanna is a consummate professional raised on one singular principle. The show must
go on.
And she'll always finish strong with a standing ovation.
Yeah, and let it be known, you do not mess around with Zatanna. Or at least any of these girls, because frankly, your magic ass is done. Anyway, so, we're about to see which of these two magic users reigns supreme. Will it be the Chaos Witch or the Mistress of Magic? Let's find out.
Abilities.
It's time for a death battle! Go! Da-da-da! There's Zatanna.
Oh, thank you. And for my first trick,
Whoop. Did you mean to do that? Hi, Wanda.
ta-da! You, what sort of two-bit sorceress do you think you are?
2-bit?
Bit?
Woo, you're asking for it. Oh,
Perhaps I was being generous.
ooh.
All part of the show, folks.
You better. Oh! Split up into rabbits. Ouch! Right in the face. Like. Uh-oh. Hearts? Huh? Joker much. Oh! Uh-oh. Here comes some help!
I'd say this calls for an avenger.
Magical summons now, which, again, kind of in the toolbook. See how long this lasts. Hey, Zatanna, don't forget the other girl. Oh. Jeez.
Do you know the difference between you and I? Power!
Really?
Well, I think the difference is
Presentation.
presentation!
Yeah, and also.
I know a trick when I see one.
Oh, jeez, hi. What's going on? Oh! Uh-oh.
Universes. You can't run forever. Now make like a magician and disappear!
Oh! Hey! Oh! Ay! Oh! Oh, wow. Wanda's really snapped. Oh boy.
A disappearing act was the first thing Dad ever taught me. And for my final trick...
The final trick.
No more witches.
Uh-oh. Oh! Literal saw in half. Show's over.
And
Zatanna wins!
ladies and germs.
I hope you clean that up, by the way.
Yo! Now That's a magic trick that's to die for.
Analyzing
I literally
the matchup was
saw it in
like
half.
walking on a tightrope. It could fall either way at any point.
Because at the end of the day, both these
Pretty
ladies
similar.
could do basically anything with their magic. All they had to do was think and shit would happen. They were totally even. At her peak, Wanda was able to
More
threaten the
documents showing
stability of all
exploitable
creation.
witches.
And at Zatanna's
Makes
best,
sense,
she was
the
able
mental
to hold
state
back
and all.
Pralaya, who could do the exact same thing. And despite some differences, the omniversal cosmologies of Marvel and DC Comics are roughly equivalent in size and scope. All that was
Really?
left for us to look at was their weaknesses.
While both were as powerful as one another, Wanda needed to tap into the life force to reach that pinnacle, and doing so threatened her sanity.
Let's take a closer look at the events
Again.
surrounding House of M, where Wanda's powers were at their maximum.
Despite admitting that she was way stronger, Doctor Strange managed to get the best of Wanda with a cool head and a spell that briefly knocked her out cold.
His wits
See?
against her mental instability were enough to turn the tide.
To be clear, this instability definitely wouldn't affect her power. She was still strong enough to create a completely new alternate reality and then erase it just as easily. What it would do is leave her open.
Also, take her No More Mutant spell. As insanely powerful as it was to affect
Didn't get all of them.
Marvel's creation, it wasn't entirely successful. There
True.
was still a tiny portion of Earth's mutant population left unaffected, likely due to interference from Strange and Emma Frost.
Against
So it could be
Zatanna, who
blocked,
was just as
or
strong
at
and
least
not
lessened.
losing her mind, she wouldn't be able to afford that kind of lapse, even for an instant.
On the other hand, Zatanna has managed to maintain her willpower fighting foes just as strong as the Scarlet
Yeah,
Witch,
like
so
Zora.
she didn't have the same kind of exploitable weakness.
And remember, she doesn't actually need to say her spells backwards.
It helps with her concentration, but all her spells come from her mental impulses, just like Wanda. She's consistently pulled off non-verbal spells in the past, even against beings as strong as Pralaya.
In the end,
yeah, the void.
she definitely had enough experience fighting smart and keeping on her toes to hang with Wanda long enough to get in a finishing blow.
While
Yep.
there were definitely versions of this battle that could have ended with Wanda victorious, Zatanna's cooler head and effortless magic allowed her to prevail.
Pretty much.
I guess you could say Wanda never saw it coming, and Zatanna Maxim offed her.
The winner is Zatanna.
Tana. Huh. So, there you go. 2 to the cooler head, Zatanna beats the Scarlet Witch. And that's a nexus of the magic of the Marvel Universe. Whoops. Which, again, when you compare the feats, you can definitely see why. Because remember, Zatanna can go full blast, no worries. Scarlet Witch has a, well, sanity problem, so, yeah. So, pretty much Zatanna can go full blast longer than Scarlet Witch. And once that was, it was pretty much over for Wanda. Sorry, but Zatanna takes the show. So, be sure to like, subscribe for more, and let me know what you guys think of the battle. See ya!